Charlotte bursts into Heart's room, wanting to play with him, but he's upset because she didn't knock before entering. She's been sticking close to him ever since she found out he's a hero, even when she thought he was a villain. Heart enjoys her company and pets her. Charlotte sees hologram video footage in Heart's room and asks about the magic behind it. Heart explains it's surveillance magic that allows him to monitor everything. To cover up the truth, Heart lies to Charlotte, saying it's rare and ancient magic. Charlotte offers to help him learn more about ancient magic by taking him to the castle's archives. They start reading books, and Heart realizes his barrier magic could also be considered ancient magic. Although Charlotte struggles with reading, she seeks help from various family members, including Gold, Natalia, and Flay. She wants Heart's assistance as well, sitting on his lap to get a better view of the book. Heart uses his big brother skills to help her read and shares interesting stories reminiscent of anime. This makes Charlotte becomes curious about anime and wants to see it, so Heart works hard to gain internet access after 2 weeks. He shows her an anime with moving characters, but she struggles with the language. Heart decides to teach her Japanese so she can understand better. Charlotte quickly learns the basics and starts binge-watching anime. Heart notices her growing addiction to it. However, he remembers that he's her big brother, so he decides to limit her TV time to 3 hours a day. But even that is not enough for Charlotte, who wants to watch all day. Despite this, she obeys her brother's rule, and they have a quiet dinner together. Charlotte starts feeling tired from watching too much anime. They ask Heart why she looks so tired since she spent the day in his room. Heart finally confesses that she was watching anime all day. Charlotte wakes up and lies to her mother, saying she was only researching ancient magic, which Natalia thinks is a good thing for both of them. After dinner, Heart goes back to his room, and Charlotte follows him, still eager to watch more anime. However, Heart firmly refuses, even if it means going to extremes. Charlotte becomes upset and goes to bed. Later, she follows him to the shower, still wanting to watch anime. She sees a mark on Heart's chest and assumes it's the crest of a hero of justice. Heart doesn't bother correcting her wrong assumptions and continues with his bath. He insists that Charlotte goes back to her room, and they both go to sleep. However, Charlotte sneaks back to his bed, pretending to be asleep when their mother Natalia checks on them. Natalia is amazed to see them getting along so well. The next morning, Gold and his soldiers urgently leave the castle to deal with thieves causing trouble. Charlotte is worried about her father and forgets about her anime addiction. Heart tries to comfort her and explains that people become thieves due to power struggles in their country. Charlotte wants everyone to be happy and hopes to eliminate bad deeds, but Heart knows it's not possible to make everyone happy at the same time. Since Charlotte sees Heart as the hero of justice, she asks him to defeat the thieves and protect their father. She persuades him with her charms, and Heart has no choice but to go help his dad. Charlotte, inspired by Power Rangers, wants Heart to transform into his hero form before the fight. He knows revealing his identity would be risky, but to make Charlotte happy, he uses surveillance magic to create a holographic screen so she can watch him from a distance. Heart heads to the forest to locate the thieves, feeling a bit annoyed that Charlotte involved him. Yet, being his big sister, he complies with her wishes. After finding the thieves, Heart hesitates between letting them go and claiming credit for himself or performing for Charlotte, who is watching remotely. To make sure Charlotte sees him in action, he pretends to be the hero of justice and easily defeats the thieves. Gold and his army arrive just as Heart finishes the job, and Gold questions Heart's identity. Heart stays in character, further convincing Gold that he is the hero of justice. Gold is curious about why Heart is helping his family, and asks him about his goal. In response, Heart comes up with a false claim, stating that he only seeks justice and aims to spread absolute justice. Unfortunately, Heart's act embarrasses him, and he retreats, leaving Gold and his army stunned. Exhausted, Heart returns to his room, where Charlotte praises him and finds him cool despite his tired state. She asks him to fight again to fulfill her request, so Heart disguises himself once more and fights criminals, becoming Charlotte's new source of entertainment. The next morning, Heart decides to address Charlotte's excessive attachment to him, so he creates a perfect clone of himself that acts just like him. Heart is amazed at how well the clone responds, despite being its creator. He explains that he studied hard at the library to create this robotic copy, believing it will finally allow him to have some time to himself in his room. Unbeknownst to Hart, Charlotte is under the bed sheets and spots 2 hearts, causing her to be surprised and uncertain about which one is real. Later, the children of the royal family visit Gold's castle. Prince Leia complains about the castle being rusty, but Princess Marion scolds him, reminding him to behave. Gold warmly welcomes the prince and princess, feeling honored by their presence. Prince Leia takes an interest in Hart, who appears to be around the same age as him. Seeing Hart's hair color doesn't match that of the others, Prince Leia assumes Hart is adopted. This makes Hart wonder about his true relationship with Marion and Leia, considering he is also from the royal family. Prince Leia tries to assert his authority by telling everyone to respect him as the next king of the country. Gold respectfully bows to him and apologizes if he has unintentionally offended him. Despite Marion's efforts to make Prince Leia behave, he remains rude and even insults his own sister. This surprises and frustrates Hart, who wonders how someone can be so foolish. Prince Leia notices Hart's reaction and decides to insult him, challenging him to a duel without any reason. Reluctantly, Gold has no choice but to arrange the duel as per royal protocol. Hart questions why things have taken a negative turn and decides to go easy on Prince Leia during the duel. The duel begins, and Hart deliberately takes a beating without fighting back, as he sees no reason to harm Prince Leia. However, Prince Leia urges him to fight, and Hart eventually stands up and gives him a well-deserved beating. Prince Leia uses a fire spell on Hart, but Hart effortlessly counters the attack, revealing a glimpse of his true power. Prince Leia surrenders, and Marion apologizes to Hart for her brother's rudeness. She also wants to discuss why Hart, despite appearing weak on paper, is actually so strong, and thus, the episode came to a close. Thank you for watching this episode's of Recap. Don't forget to like and subscribe.